Hey Timmy here. I talk about my journey towards becoming a master's student in the performing arts, and today we're going to talk about my audition for the new school of drama. Today's vlog is going to be a little short because I actually do not have a lot of footages from that day because 1, the weather was really cold, and 2, I guess I just decided to chill a little bit. Just some background, when I applied to the new school, it was because it was another school in NYC and I actually did not know about its history and reputation. I had no idea that the Acting Studio Drama School used to be a part of it and that awesome people like Jesse Eisenberg, Adrienne Moore, and even Kelly Chan are new schoolers. The new school's application is a little different than other schools in that aside from its online application, you need to submit your portfolio, meaning your headshot, resume, and essays, and an optional reel to this website called Accepted. This website is also where they put up the audition schedules and where you can easily make a drag and drop selection of the slot that you want. Other schools, especially the ones who still schedule via emails, should take note of this awesome service. Oh, and they waived my application fee! Yay! Anyway, this is what went down on Monday, 21st of January 2019. Today is my 3rd day of audition, and today is a pretty free and easy day because I'm only auditioning for one. I'll be auditioning for the new school at 2 o'clock today, and according to the locals and also the weather forecast, today will be the coldest day of my stay because tomorrow onwards the temperature will go back up again, so I wouldn't have to be in all of this gear. So right now I will brave the cold to get something to eat, get back here and maybe check out the ticket prices for other Broadway shows and off-Broadway shows for other days for the coming week, and while I just chill and prepare for the audition at 2 o'clock. Wish me luck! I mean for the audition as well as braving the cold right now to go get something to eat. It's 5 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 15 degrees Celsius right now. Let's go. Because of the weather, I decided not to venture too far and went for the Chinese restaurant round the corner where I stayed, and I think I got a good deal. Holy shit, it was freezing! But Chinese takeout for the win! This is called Walk City. I think they treated me a little bit better because I spoke Mandarin, huh? After that, I was just on the computer looking for ways to get cheap tickets to the show, to no avail, but that did make me decide to go check out American Sun. The audition was originally scheduled at 2 p.m. but it was pushed to 2:40 p.m. for whatever reasons, but I made a move early anyways because the audition was held at this Millennium Hotel near Times Square, and on my 4th day in NYC, I already knew how confusing and overwhelming that area could be. It is no joke today. I cannot take my hands out in open air. They will just freeze and fall off my body. It is so cold. And also, I wanted to make a stop at the Booth Theater to try to get a cheap ticket for American Sun before the audition because the theater was, I think, just a block away from the hotel. And making a move early was a good move because my session at the theater took longer than I thought. After asking many questions, I did not get a ticket because the prices weren't great and I could not decide if I really wanted to spend the money. And when I left the theater to get to the hotel, I got a little bit lost. And the weather did not help. It was cold and super windy and made me understand why revolving doors still exist in NYC. The wind was so strong that I actually had to stay inside Booth Theater a little bit because 1, I could not open the door, and 2, when I actually could, I had trouble walking because I was literally getting blown away. Anyway, I got there at I think 2 p.m. and met a guy from my DePaul audition, Stickels I think, who was there auditioning for something else. We chatted a little bit and then parted ways so that I wouldn't be late, and then I went up to the 4th floor. I was expecting to see the admissions officer Marlon Meikle at the reception booth, but instead was greeted by this lovely current student Jasmine Boone. While Marlon, who is super friendly and absolutely amazing, eventually appeared, it was Jasmine who signed me in and gave me the brief of what was going to happen. While waiting for my turn, I talked to her a little bit and got her story. So her story is that, like me, she used to hold a corporate job in Japan no less, and because of that she actually speaks fluent Japanese. She did that because she didn't think it was a sustainable career to be an actor, But eventually she went back to the US and she was encouraged to just take this up and just build this as a career as an actor, and there she was. Anyway, the audition procedure was pretty standard. Jasmine led me to the room. She introduced me to the panel, which was only one person, Peter J. Fernandez, before showing me in. And from there in the room, I really got good vibes of the school because Peter, he took time to speak to me and got me comfortable before having me do my monologues. And I did Laertes first, and when I was done, he was like, I hear you, which just means so much to me. And after that, I did Tom Wingfield, and once again, he listened and watched really intently and gave me some pointers on what to do and what not to do. Like, for example, do not start with angry because the other person is not listening, but instead start with really wanting the other person to listen and understand, and let all the emotions come and go and morph and change and flourish. That really makes sense to me. After that, I sat down for an interview. I really enjoyed my interview with him because it did not feel like an interview, but more like two people having a conversation about acting, the industry's trend and climate, and just about art and heart. So I'm done with my audition for the new school. My audition to Peter J. Fernandez, who I think is the head of the acting school, acting faculty of the new school. I said audition to him because he allowed me to direct my monologue to him instead of to a wall, which just helped me make it so much more realistic, the meaning so much more. And the way he spoke to me too, it was like he was really genuinely interested in the audition candidates instead of treating us like acting machines. So that was really nice. And after he gave me some pointers, I think he was not supposed to, but because we had some time left, he actually let me do my contemporary monologue again, which became so different because of the pointers that he gave. And I think he ended the session by dropping a hint because he said, I hope I'll pass the course again. I think that means something. So let's see. The good vibes that I felt was right because I got the news that I made it into their callback weekend on Saturday of that week within 5 days. Anyway, after the audition, I went back to Booth Theatre and got my ticket for American Sun for the next day because I thought I'm worth it. And then it was about dinner time, so I just met up with my dance teacher, former dance teacher, Amelia Ferros, who is currently doing a 1-year dance course at Perry Dance in NYC. We agreed to meet at Whole Foods near Union Square, so it was another opportunity for me to explore yet another part of Manhattan. I think that area is considered downtown, but to me it feels like where Midtown ends but right before downtown starts. And I like that because that's like the end of the glamour of Midtown but right before the busyness of real downtown starts. I expected us to just have dinner and talk and just, catch up a little bit, but I think we ended up staying for about 4 hours. I guess meeting your teacher out of the context of a classroom and just as two individuals working in the arts just sparked a different kind of chemistry. So I'm just here for 4.5 hours here with teacher Amelia, talking about our hopes and dreams and future and everything. Wow. Anyway, after that we just parted ways and I just took the train back to where I stayed. I did not watch any show that day because a lot of shows do not play Mondays. Phantom plays Mondays, but I totally did not think of that at the time. After I got back, I was just suddenly dead tired, so I actually went to bed early. I think my body knew that I was getting a break after 4 auditions in 3 consecutive days, so it took the opportunity to just let itself go. Well, having lived in a tropical country all my life, the body endured a lot in 4 days in this sudden climate change. And that wraps up my 3rd day auditioning in NYC. In the coming video, I'm gonna skip all of my audition-less touristy days and move straight into my audition day with NYU. So stay tuned, follow and subscribe. Thank you, bye! An update! My student visa has been approved, issued, and shipped to KL. This means I'm moving into phase 2 of my crowdfunding campaign, which is to raise funds for my second year of studies. So please keep the donations coming, please!